Hey forum, my name is Manny, aka CascadeScents. Welcome to another video. As you see by the title, this one is on the very best fragrances of 2020. Now, despite the ongoing pandemic, which is obviously not fun, 2020 has not let me down as far as fragrance releases. I really like a lot of the stuff that I ended up picking up, and I feel kind of sad for these releases because of the fact that I wish they experienced such a normal year, where I feel like I could have busted them out properly, you know, like on a proper night out or something like that, or potentially get compliments from people where, you know, they're not wearing a mask and it's easier for them to potentially love something. But nonetheless, I enjoy these for myself, and that's why they are on this list, and I hope you enjoy them too. So yeah, with that being said, we might as well get into it. We're going to count down from 5 to 1 as always, so at number 5, here we go with Golden Green from Xerjoff. Now, Golden Green is part of the Coffee Break collection from Xerjoff, with offerings like Golden Della and Golden Mocha as well. The collection takes on coffee in ways that aren't conventional as far as perfumery, but I must say with Golden Green, this is definitely not the case. Golden Green is more inspired by the raw coffee note, so before it's burnt, roasted, and smells really warm, it also smells kind of green at first, hence the name. You also have some spicy tones here to make it pop as well, with other earthy tones too, to give it a more deep, mystic kind of vibe. So I definitely get some cedar and incense too. I just feel like being in a place where I can see the stuff being harvested, I think that would be interesting, and again, I think it smells interesting, and that's why it's on this list. I will say though that this stuff is definitely alternative, is definitely niche, so I can't help but emphasize in saying that if you are looking for only a more gourmand approach to coffee, then just stay away from this. This is not the scent for you. You're gonna have to stick to the Rojas Mans or the discontinued New Harlems and the lot. But if you're looking for a more raw grassroots approach to coffee, you think this is interesting too, I think you'll probably enjoy this one a lot. Again, it's Golden Green from Xerjoff's Coffee Break collection. Alright, moving on to the next best fragrance of 2020 in 4th place. Here we go. It's from Galleria Parfum. This one is called Victorian Tobacco. Yes, that Galleria Parfum. Yes, I paid for this scent. If you guys don't already know, Galleria Parfum is the brand of my good friend Ashton over at Xerjoff. And no, just because he made it, that doesn't really give me any sort of bias on that part. And no, he didn't pay me to say any of this either. It's just this shit so happens to be dope, and it so happens to be by him. That's all. But yeah, we might as well get into this properly. Victorian Tobacco for me is pound for pound one of the best tobacco scents I've ever smelled. Kind of a lot going on at top with various fruity notes, a little bit of freshness as well, just to keep it from going too tobacco-y ASAP. But just because my skin tends to bring out warmer facets ASAP too, I really do get this unbridled tobacco approach here, and it just, wow, it smells incredible. So while it is strong, while it is powerful, while it is robust, rugged, masculine, it ultimately feels really smooth at the same time. You got some woods here backing that tobacco up for a more down-to-earth kind of warmth. I really like that. Then you also have some vanilla, tonka, and beeswax just coming off of my skin towards the very end, where it is just sweets galore. Just very, very high-end stuff by way of my dude Ashton and Jorge Lee, the perfumer. And if you really like tobacco scents and just want something new for now, or if you've yet to find the tobacco scent for you, I genuinely do think that this may be it. I think it's incredible, and I can't wait to wear a lot of it out during the rest of this winter. So yeah, good job Ash on Victorian Tobacco, my number 4 fragrance of the year. Now moving on to the next fragrance on this list at number 3. This one is Lamar by Kajal. Now Lamar's name is inspired by its actual etymology, so it comes from the word lumière from France, of course, and in French that means light. And light not as in this smells light and or weak or too fleeting. It's more like a light that's bright, like a non-stop sunniness, if that makes any sense. I smell this stuff and I'm like, wow, okay, this would be something I'd want to wear under the sun and or for more positive times and or occasions. Just opens up very jovial with apple, red berries, pineapple especially. The pineapple here does not lean Aventus-like, if that makes any sense. It feels brighter off my skin, again, probably because of those red berries. Just a nice sweet tang. That being said, for a Middle Eastern flair, I'm getting a lot of cardamom as well, so you're going to feel that in like the scent cloud that you're actually in. Just a really nice warmth to an otherwise primarily fruity scent, and I guess the warmth makes a lot of sense given its name again and etymology. But besides its fruitiness, its most pronounced notes are its florals, and I'm getting a heck of a lot of them. Very bright, very jammy rose absolutes. I always love that. But I'm also getting a lot of magnolia here, and I guess I might be sensitive to magnolia, or maybe I just really like it, so I try to seek it out. And Magnolia has a slight wet kick to it, if that makes any sense. It gives a nice lushness to the rest of the fragrance, and overall it just feels really bright and addictive with it, so I appreciate that. A little bit of musk and vanilla in the dry down too, which admittedly isn't the most interesting part of this scent, but it certainly makes sense for the rest of the scent. This is, for me, a more top and mid-heavy scent that just, again, I really love. And in retrospect, when I'm thinking about a scent like this, I wish brands experimented a little bit more with fruity florals, but unfortunately they don't. But I really do feel that Lamar here by Kajal just knocked it out of the park. Take a bunch of notes that a lot of people like that you probably wouldn't want to put together, but actually put them together. And in my mind, sometimes I would think that's a recipe for disaster, but no, it came out just awesome here. Very unisex, juicy, jammy, fruity floral that it's just hard to dislike. So yeah, check it out. Again, it is Lamar from Kajal. Alright, for him, here we go. Second place for 2020. It is none other than Angel Share by Kilian. Now, Angel Share for me is a rather straightforward scent, and I actually love that. I don't mind having something on that's not going to really evolve off of me too much. So if it smells that way from jump towards the end, cool. As long as, again, it's really good. And I personally think that cognac smells really, really good. And that is what this stuff is based on. Of course, Kilian Hennessy's heritage. Cognac itself comes from brandy. Brandy itself is really distilled white wine. So when you take the brandy itself, furthermore distill it in oak barrels, it's going to have a nice woody, deep nuance to it. It just tastes and smells just really rich and decadent and very addictive. On skin, I'm going to get a little bit of that deep fruitiness from jump, but you also have a little bit of tonka bean here to accentuate some of those deeper, sweeter nuances, kind of syrupy. But ultimately, I'm getting a lot of woods out of this as well, which I think smells so good, so exquisite, and that woody touch keeps it from smelling too much like just liquor off of my skin. So while it's definitely inspired from liquor, it's not something that you're going to smell like you've been drinking all day or something like that. So I wouldn't be too worried about this, which is funny because I've lamented Kilian scents in the past for making me smell like a day drinker, like apple brandy, like that's all I got. But this so happens to be very dry towards the end of it, and that's what I really like about it. Dry both in sweetness or lack thereof, and or just a lot of woods. So the scent is rather linear as far as the booziness, kind of taking place for most of it until it's just gone and all you're left with is woods. So really good stuff from Kilian Hennessy himself. Really cool to see them get back to basics, and they really knocked it out of the park as well. So if you're a fan of cognac or you're a fan of Kilian in general and what else the brand does, I just don't see how you wouldn't like this scent unless you don't like smelling like booze. But again, it's nuanced enough as a boozy scent that you won't be too appalled from this, I think. Again, you're probably likely to love it. I just think it's super addicting. So if you can get down with a night out scent like this, definitely check it out. It is Angel Share by Kilian. And last but not least, here we go. Here's the #1 spot of 2020. My fragrance of the year. And I hate doing double brand on any list, but this fragrance really deserves to be on top. It's Cognac Cafe by Galleria Parfum. Again, good job, Ashton. Again, no shill. Did definitely pay for this one, but I will say when he announced this scent, I was extremely excited for this one because like the aforementioned Angel Share, who doesn't love cognac? And also, again, who doesn't love coffee like the aforementioned Golden Green? But you arguably have the most delectable elements of each of those things in here, and put together, it's actually quite awesome. And despite seemingly like a more base-reliant scent, what's most important for me when it comes to Cognac Cafe is actually the opening. The opening's amazing. Like, we're talking this coffee steam accord that Sydney Lancesser created, and it just smells cool. It smells incredible. And when I used to make cappuccinos all the time when I was a barista, like this is what this is reminding me of. It's a nice sugary sweet. You got a little bit of brown sugar there, and overall off the skin, ASAP from jump. That milky sugariness for me is to die for. Like, I think it smells so yummy. To help smooth that out, in the mid you got a little bit of sandalwood, you got a little bit more of actual coffee note there, giving you a little bit more richness, but something again that is ultimately smooth. And that's the name of the game when it comes to this fragrance. It's smooth galore. Even into the dry down where you get into some of the more resinous notes, some of the woodier notes, you also have the cognac, of course, from the name in here too. But despite cognac being in the name, don't get it twisted. For me, at least, this is definitely more of a coffee scent, more of a cafe scent. It's not going to smell overtly boozy like in the the realm of an angel share. But if you've been disappointed over coffee scents that may have not been living up to what you wanted it to in the past, I really think that this is going to fill that void. I think it's that delicious in that sense. So it's more of a coffee scent with a hint of booziness. So no, this does not remotely remind me of any overly boozy other Kilians out there, just in case you were wondering. But yeah, if you want to be sure for yourself, I think Dude has discovery kits available for the brand now, so that's pretty cool. At least now you can try before you buy, because that's what we all should be doing if you could. But yeah, this stuff's actually my scent of the day right now, so I kind of want to eat my arm. And before I do so, I think I'm going to conclude this video. So again, good job, Ashton. Fragrance of the year, Galleria Parfum, Cognac Cafe. Wear this for a cozy night in with your partner. I'm sure they're going to love it. And there it is for them. Hopefully you enjoyed my fragrances of the year, 2020 of course. And I know some of you guys might be wondering, where on earth are my designer fragrances for this list, or is it getting a separate video? And as much as I love some of those designers that I picked up over the year that came out this year, I just didn't think that they belonged on this list, because I genuinely feel more strongly about the ones I have here that just so happen to be niche. On top of that, a few of them are flankers and or are reissues, so I just didn't think that they could really hang with the more original stuff here as well. Not to say that designers aren't awesome. I do a lot of designer content on this channel. So yeah, just saying, hope you understand. That being said, if you guys want to tell me in the comment section below what are your fragrances of the year, I would love to know. Again, 2020 has been a hard year, but at least fragrances have blessed us whenever they could, and yeah, it definitely did for me. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this content, and if you do, please be sure to like, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell for more. Ding, 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 ding. That really helps my content get out there and seen. Again, doing all of this is for free, so I would take any bit of appreciation and love and your time if you guys don't mind sparing it. So until the next one, now I officially think that does it for me. Take care for now. Peace out. Bye. My name is Manny. Wear your fragrances.